What a no-good eel in the kelp that guy was. There ain't nothing worse than a thief. Thieves need to be locked up forever. They should all be strung up by their gills and forced to breathe air.
Mr. Krabs, what about all the stuff you stole?
What do you mean?
Like this barrel. It says, property of Salty Sea Farms.
Oh, that's where I rent me pickles from.
Are you renting the barrel too?
Well, no.
Then you bought it.
No.
Then isn't that stealing?
Well,
What about this towel from the Sizzling Spring Sauna?
Well...
And this Bikini Bell phone.
Well, it's...
And Sandy's hedge clippers.
Oh, there. And Plankton's lawnmower.
Well,
And even Mrs. Pub's hair curlers.
that one was a gift. Listen, all that stuff is, borrowed.
Borrowed? Well, that's a relief. I thought you took it without permission.
Permission. You can borrow anything you want, anytime, as long as you give it back before it's missed. Everyone knows that, right?
Okay,
Hugs. You put in a hard day's work, boys.
But I don't even work here.
See you later. Oh, that was a close one.
Well. SpongeBob and his friends strike again. Mr. Krabs really strikes again. Borrowed. Yeah, stretching the truth a little bit there, Mr. Krabs. The sizzling splatoon or whatever the heck it was called.
Sizzling sea sauna.
Yeah. That pickle barrel. I don't think so, Mr. Krabs. Anyways, that quote was from SpongeBob. Lovely episode. I actually don't really remember what that episode is. What did they do after that?
I did a bit of it a couple of weeks ago.
What else happens in that episode?
Stealing balloons.
They stole a balloon on Free Balloon Day, and then they realized that they were stealing, and so they went and hid out in the wilderness, and we're going to live off of one chocolate bar.
Oh, that's that episode. Okay.
I did that.
I know you did. I remember the scenes, but I was trying to remember what episode went with what. Because the scenes just don't make any sense together at all, so... Okay.
I was thinking about that episode earlier this week, and I was like, wait, why were they out in the wilderness? And then I was thinking further back, and I'm like, oh, it's because they stole a balloon.
They're barely in the wilderness. They're literally on a hill overlooking Bikini Bottom.
Well, they're wilderness, in quotations.
Well, anyways, with that, welcome back to yet another episode of Bump That, episode 86. If you guys don't know who we are, we've got Brian in this corner.
Sandy's a girl?
We've got KT in this corner.
What do you want to do today?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do today?
And I'm Ileana, your host, and we are siblings who have a love for all things nerdy, video games, movies, TV shows, all things alike, and decided to talk about it on the internet with all of you people, and here you are listening. So, welcome! We've got, like always, quite a show for you guys today, but before we get into all of that, if you like this episode, please remember to like this video. Also, what the heck are you doing listening but you're not subscribed? If you're not subscribed, that means you're not a sibling, because when you subscribe, you become an honorary sibling. So go ahead and go down there and hit that subscribe button. Just do it. You know you want to. And if you feel so inclined, leave a comment down below, because what is going on, KT?
I don't know. What do you want to do today?
Just kidding. We have a giveaway. It's giveaway number, 500?
I think
like that.
4.
Something like that.
4.
It's a thank you for helping us grow Goo. It is a Grogu giveaway. We've got a Funko Pop of Grogu.
Oh, I see what you did there.
We've got a Funko Pop of Grogu eating cookies. We also have some crew socks. And then we also have a special gift in this bag. I'll show you guys. You haven't seen it yet. It's actually kind of neat.
What is that?
No.
It's a mystery thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? next giveaway, it's gonna be our faces on stuff. Like, you have that one of Grogu eating cookies. Next time, it's gonna be Brian eating cookies.
Cookies, my weakness.
Mine
There's
too,
also one more item, but I'll save that for my next poll. You guys have been doing awesome, responding to my polls and sending me messages. I'm gonna read those polls and things the last day of our drawing. I guess when we actually do our drawing, I'll read you those results because they've been a lot of fun. So follow me on Facebook or join my Facebook. Shoot me a message. Join me on Group Me. I'll friend you there or wherever. But subscribe. Subscribe.
Enter the contest.
Yeah, that's how you get an entry into the contest. Just comment on any of our videos from September to through October, and that gets you an entry. If you let me know that you subscribe, that gives you 3 entries.
Yes.
3 entries. Yes. So become a sibling, and thank you for helping us grow.
Do it. Subscribe. Giveaway. Yes. All right. So now we'll go ahead and jump into the news. And actually, this week had a lot of news. Not like glaring like alarms, but there was still a lot of news that was going out in every direction. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First, holy smokes. Okay. Season finale of Rings of Power was on Friday.
Let me turn away, 'cause
Yes.
I have not seen it.
Which means Katie can't re-listen to this episode until she sees the
Spoilers.
episode. So yes, mega spoilers. If you have not
Mega
seen the
spoilers.
season finale, Brian and I will be talking about it in
Rings
a 3,
of Power.
2, 1. This is Katie's chance to go get a sandwich.
What the Sauron just happened there?
Whoa! Oh my gosh! The Rings of Power were forged!
Well, the rings to the elves were
Yes,
forged.
the 3 rings were forged. Who the heck is Halbrand? He is not who we thought he was. He is the man himself, Sauron.
It's got to be a white guy that's going to be evil. So
Oh, it should be.
yeah, because white people are the worst.
Right. Colonizer.
Yes.
Anyways, I both are choking. But no, that was a crazy, like, on the edge of your seat episode. The whole time I'm like, what is going to happen? I thought I knew.
Yeah, it was, and I hope that moving forward, Rings of Power, they don't keep going back to this bit of like, bait and switch.
Right.
Just like earlier in the season, we thought that all these orcs were killed, and instead they were all people, the villagers.
Yeah.
Well,
that one wasn't horrible. That one wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I mean, that was good.
Yeah.
But then here at the beginning of the episode, we're all thinking that the stranger is revealed to be Sauron.
Yes, I see.
The cloaked people were all like, oh, look, it's Sauron. And he's like, what? Me? Who? And then he's like, no, I'm Istari. And they're like, Astari? What's Astari?
Yeah.
It's a wizard.
And I definitely think that was like a huge indication that he is Gandalf. Against Brian's wishes, he does not want him to be Gandalf. But
I do not want the stranger to be Gandalf. Let me put it on record. If he's a different wizard, some other wizard, that's fine, but not Gandalf.
It'll just be such a cool origin story. He started with the
No.
hobbits. He started with the hobbits, and that's where he developed his love for them. Nori taking care of him, the other hobbits taking him in, or are they technically hobbits, or are they just
Yeah, they're
halflings?
like their ancestors. No,
Okay.
they're hobbits.
Yeah. So, because I remember when they do Smeagol's backstory, they said a hobbit or like some creature similar to hobbit.
Yeah, they're like Neanderthal hobbits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Caveman hobbits. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Before they settled down in the Shire, they were running around all over the place.
Halflings. No, so I hope it's Gandalf because it'll just be a really cool origin story. He fell from the sky. They thought he was Sauron. They
But
were
then,
like, he's
then he's
returned.
got to get a hat, his wizard hat. And
Yeah,
all
he'll
that.
do all of that. They'll show that in the next season that's coming in 2 years. Oh my gosh, we have to wait so long. Yeah, Hunter was like, "Are you kidding me? That sucks." But I'm like, "Hey, don't worry. We're gonna have Invincible and The Witcher in that time, so we'll be set. We'll have some time to fill, and Avatar, I think, right?
Yeah.
So we're good. We've got other shows to fill the time. It'll fly, but it was a great season. It beautifully made the whole time.
Great way to spend $1 billion. That's for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
But no, it really was. And
yeah.
what is it? Celebrimbor? Wait, I said that right?
Yeah.
I really liked his character, but he was misled by the Halbrand.
We were all deceived.
Yes. And that is where we will leave the spoilers because KT has returned. And gosh, I cannot wait for the Rings of Power to return. Can I get an amen?
Amen, sister.
But you know what's not going to return? G4. Canceled again. What the heck?
Yeah,
come back?
G4 got canceled while you were away, Katie.
Oh no!
It's because
again?
nobody watched it, I guess.
Exactly. So the question was, did any of you watch or engage with the channel? No. Nope.
I did a little bit. It was bigger when I was in college. My first few years of college.
Yeah, that was when it was peak G4
Yeah.
time.
I would say around PS3 time.
Back in
I
the
would say.
2008, 2009 era, 2007.
Yeah.
You know?
But there wasn't anything that was like heavy hitting for me. I think if they were to revamp it, I'm sure that it would be popular, but it's almost like a GameStop thing where GameStop had a lot going for it, but as a company, it was terrible.
So, like, G4 is, for those who don't know, and also for me trying to figure out, it's a television network, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So they had shows on there like American Ninja Warrior, Happy Tree Friends, and then, like, I mean, that's saying much. What else is on there? What is all of this?
They would have a lot of talk shows that were like talking about video games and all that, but they were just kind of boring.
Yeah, all of these titles.
Not like our show.
No,
we keep it alive,
No.
baby.
We have a giveaway.
Yes, but no, like most of these look like, what is Icons? Web Soup, Bomb Patrol Afghanistan, Starcade.
For a while, they were playing MXC on there, which
That was a great one.
That's
though.
what I was there for.
Human Wrecking Balls.
They had Angry Video Game Nerd on there sometimes, and if you like your YouTube channels, that's a funny one.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems kind of meh.
Yeah.
I mean, American Ninja Warrior still goes, and it's awesome. I know,
But it's like reruns though, because it's on NBC.
yeah, but I don't know. I've always enjoyed to watch that one. That one's actually interesting as opposed to some of these other.
I don't know.
titles.
I mean, it's almost like the video game community, is it such a niche group that to have a channel, a network,
No.
I mean,
Not
people just
really.
go to
Not anymore.
Twitch. People just go to
Well-
Twitch and,
yeah.
Yeah. Which I guess ultimately is what led to G4's downfall. Who knows? Maybe.
Well,
I would bank on that.
yeah. I would
Also
think so.
it's a television network, which means it has to be on a TV, most likely, not on a streaming service that you're using it. Whereas Twitch, you can have on your phone, a tablet, computer, TV, whatever. So it's more accessible, I guess, is the word.
Yeah.
So people just are not watching TV like they used to. It's now streaming service. Everything's attached to a streaming service. So you're not really watching cable.
Yeah.
So you're going to see the downfall of a lot of television networks. In fact, there was a rumor going around that Cartoon Network was being merged or bought or whatever by Warner Brothers. So,
Well, they own Cartoon Network,
Since the Hanna-Barbera
era.
All that. But Cartoon Network said they're not like canceled, they're not ending, they're still making content, but the rumor was going around that they were like ending, and Warner Brothers was just gonna like kill them type of thing.
A lot of their budgets were cut, so I wouldn't expect like brand new TV shows to pop up, even though animation like that is pretty inexpensive at this point. But you know, I wouldn't expect brand new IP stuff from Cartoon Network.
Not in the time being, at least.
Not in the near future. No.
Which is a shame because, like, gosh, when I was a kid, all the stuff coming out of Cartoon Network was amazing. Like, that was the channel to watch, along with Nickelodeon. So it's a shame. Because
you're a new millennial kid, you know.
Yeah, I was around for the Dexter's Lab. I was around for even, like, the later ones, for the Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, the Chowder, all of those good ones. I mean,
what
Powerpuff
was the one
Girls.
show with the dog that was purple?
Courage, the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Courage.
I watched Courage.
And then they would have Toonami, and then you're watching DBZ,
Naruto,
Hamtaro.
Yes, Hamtaro! Woo!
The Hi Puffy Yami Yumi show.
I love that show!
Hi, Puffy Yummy Yumi show. I don't think that was on Toonami.
No, it was just on regular Cartoon Network. But those were the shows, man. They were awesome. They were imaginative. They were colorful. They were fun. Adventure Time really kicked them back off again in 2010 or something like that. And then The Amazing World of Gumball in 2015. So, I mean, they try to keep up. Steven Universe came out around that time, too. So they've tried, but, I mean, the stuff that they're coming up with now, like Clarence and... Gosh, I don't even know. It's like, this just looks ugly.
Clarence, is that the show with the white kid with like buck teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew this girl that I used to work with looked just like that kid. And every time I would see her, and
Turns
she's
out
a girl.
She just subscribed and now she's regretting her decision.
And I was like, man, I don't want to be like, hey, have you ever seen this show Clarence? You look just like the main character.
That's such an insult. Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Wait, I gotta show you.
And every time I ever heard her talk to, I think I heard like a clip and it'd be like, you know, or something like that.
Oh my gosh. That's so sad.
Oh my gosh, I have to find it. Today, one of the high schoolers, we were talking about how the principal at the school is kind of scary, and one of the kids said, yeah, he looks like that one specific bird from Rio. I was like, well, I know what Rio is, but I don't know what bird you're talking about. And he pulled up a picture, and this is it.
Oh no!
Looks just like it. And I was
with like some sunken eyeballs, they're red bags.
Dude, you need to go to bed, bro.
You need a nap.
I was like, that is too real, man. That is
needs
exact.
some milk.
Yeah, that is too exact. I was like, bro.
So I'm looking up more of like the TV shows that were coming out on Cartoon Network. You have Craig in the Creek.
I like that show. That show is funny.
Is it good?
It is. It's very funny.
We Bear Bears. That one's
that show's pretty good.
Yeah,
too.
that one's not too bad. But then they have Unikitty from the Lego Movie. She has her own TV show.
That's a really popular show, apparently.
And then doesn't Ella love this one? Oh my gosh, Teen Titans Go.
Not so much
anymore.
Not anymore. They outgrew it after what they peaked with. They had the movies. They had the movie, you know.
Yeah.
And then the when I look at you, I see the story in your eyes. You guys don't know that? Are you kidding me?
What is that?
Oh my god!
Katie and I are just looking at you like,
I can't. You guys are supposed to know more about this stuff than I am. Ugh.
You have two little girls at home.
The night begins to shine. Oh my lordy. I gotta educate you guys on The Night Begins to Shine. Next episode. No, I'm talking about next
cliffhanger.
episode.
Okay, well, another one that I was looking at was Uncle Grandpa. What the heck is that crap? It reminds me of like the TV shows that used to be on in the early 2000s. Gosh, what was it? It was for Adult Swim, and it was like
That's pretty much what it is.
He was like a mantis guy, and like what was that show? It was on Adult Swim.
That was
and it was like the French fry guy.
Oh, that's Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah, but it's Uncle Grandpa looks like that, but it was made for like young kids. It looks like it should have been inappropriate.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force is literally for potheads. It's made for...
And it made sense, because it looked like it. Uncle Grandpa looks like it, but it's made for children instead this time. Like, it didn't make sense. I'm like, okay, I watching this, it has a realistic tiger that is like a clip out or something that they ride on. A pizza with sunglasses, a like Loch Ness monster meets SpongeBob, and then
it's very Klablam.
And then Uncle Grandpa. I'm like, I kind of need a hit right now to actually enjoy this, if you know what I mean.
Do not besmirch the name of Kablam.
And then they had the godforsaken Powerpuff Girls reboot. Yeah. No. So
he's dead.
I will say, I'm sorry, the last one, Apple and Onion. What the heck is that?
No, I've seen Apple and Onion. I thought it was actually kind of cute.
Still, this is what I'm saying though. Cartoon Network is not having great shows. They may not be terrible, but they're not bangers like they used to be.
Not everything can be Johnny Bravo, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, little mama. I love Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, I like Apple and Onion though. Go, you should check it out. It's funny. It has if you know who Moss is from the IT Crowd, it's got him. I think he's playing the Onion.
And he talks like this, and he's like, "Hey, Apple, let's go and explore over there."
Oh my gosh.
It's so good. It is good.
No, it's not Big City Greens from Netflix.
Oh man.
I love Big City Greens.
That one had me rolling.
It's so funny. If you guys haven't seen that show, man, watch that. It cracks me up. I watched it with the boys on fall break. I'm like, this is like SpongeBob like humor. I'm actually like rolling. But anyways, so Cartoon Network is not dead, but I mean, it's not looking great. They're like, no, don't worry, guys. We have shows that are coming out that are good. Where's the proof? Where's the pudding? Show me. I'm awaiting. All right, moving on. All right, because we gotta get through this. There's so much news. Okay, MCU delays many more films. What the heck is going on,
good.
MCU?
Please, good.
What's going on?
No, why? Why would you say that?
Because give us a break.
I feel like there has been a break.
No, make it longer. There's not been a long enough break.
This is why, because they've had just too much Marvel. What the heck happened to little sister? She's dying.
No, I'm fine. Ignore me.
Oh my goodness. But Marvel, they've done the TV shows and all that. There's at least 4 or 5 of these Marvel TV shows. I can't keep up with them. I can't keep up with the Man-Hulks and the
She-Hulk.
the lackeys.
Look, you've got the TV shows, and then you have the
Falcon
movies.
and the Snowman, and
TV shows, movies. You had the WandaVision. You had the Moon Knight. You've got Falcon, Winter Soldier. Also the animated one, What If? Those are Loki. Loki was one. Those are all.
I said lackey.
Lackey. Oh, sorry. So those were all falling in. I must have been choking at that part. Those are all falling in. Those are just the TV shows. So they were like what, 7, maybe 6 to 8 episodes each.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I feel like it's been forever since we had an actual Marvel movie come out.
No, we just had Thor: Love and Thunder,
and we had Doctor Strange right before that.
I guess.
So there's been no break.
Good point. I know, but they were so lackluster. I feel like at least Thor was meh, and I haven't seen Doctor Strange 2 yet.
So So here's the things that are coming out that are being delayed. Blade coming out in 2024. What's Blade?
They're still looking for a director.
What do you mean, what's
Yeah.
Blade?
What's Blade?
Wesley Snipes,
Blade?
bro?
Who's that?
The Vampire Hunter?
Oh!
Who's the vampire hunter?
Oh!
Anyways,
Forgive her. She knows not what she
Deadpool coming out in is Deadpool's not Marvel.
does. Yes.
Yeah, it is Marvel.
Wait, then why is Wolverine in it?
Because Wolverine is Marvel.
Oh yeah, I forget. Oh yeah.
They used to be owned by
Give her
20th
she
Century
knows
Fox.
what she
Wanda,
does.
the brother Silver Mist, whatever his name is.
Silver Mist.
What is
Oh
that?
my god.
Quicksilver. Yeah, that's his name.
Silver Mist.
Silver
Isn't that
Mist.
like a gorilla that lives in a mountain?
That's a Silverback.
gosh.
Silver Mist is from Pixie Hollow.
Oh, I thought that
Tinkerbell.
was Nickelback.
Look at this graph.
All right, keep moving on. Move on.
Okay. Fantastic Four, also Marvel. Forgot that. Coming in 2025. Wakanda Forever comes out this year, November 11th. So I mean, that's already a lot of films.
I guess my point is the way I feel personally is that the past Marvel films that have come out have been kind of ho hum. I'm looking for like that. Remember, like, I mean, what's off top of your head favorite Marvel movie? Go right now. Just go.
Does it have to be MCU or just Marvel?
No, MCU. I'll go.
Okay.
I'll be like
Probably my favorite would be Iron
Winter
Man.
Soldier. Iron Man. Yes.
The first one.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Crap, I'm blanking because I really love X-Men,
Ant-Man,
but it's not
Wolverine,
X-Men. I know, but
No,
those aren't-
MCU.
Logan.
Yeah. That's not
No.
MCU.
That's not
Ileana.
MCU. Ant-Man.
Okay, I'd say
Infinity War.
No, stop. Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Oh, that's a good
Okay.
one. Yeah.
So this perfectly leads into my theory is that the movies that we spoke about, Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy 1, you said the first Iron Man, those are like the best of the MCU movies. Those are like
Yes.
the ones where like, yes, those are why we love them. And so since then, we haven't had like an awesome all around good superhero MCU film. But Black Panther, when that came out, that was a prestige film.
Yeah.
That was like top tier Marvel. Finally, we're getting the sequel to that, Wakanda Forever. So I'm hoping that it's
No
good.
Way Home didn't come out too long ago either, right?
Yeah, and that did really, really well.
Yeah,
That
so
one
I mean,
did
That was a
really
year
well.
ago, or was that
That
at the
was-
beginning
It
of
was
the year?
earlier this year.
Yeah, I think that was
This year,
in winter
yeah.
of this year.
And to go along with what Brian was saying, I think what happened was you had Infinity War or whatever the last one was.
Endgame.
Endgame.
Yeah, Endgame.
Yeah.
You know, Endgame. Goodness. And that was like the climax. And what we're getting now is sort of like the breath afterwards, like the slump. It's like, okay, so we've got these franchises. Where can we go with this?
It's
We're
like
just
an
gonna-
extended epilogue.
Epilogue.
Polyog.
Let's let's just tell let's tell stories with the franchises that we have, but it's like, how do you rebuild and create something so exciting as what we had
But
with
this
the
is-
Avengers?
This is what they have all done. They go in phases, correct? So they had
Yes.
phase 1 where they introduced all of the superheroes. They gave them all their own movie, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, whatever. And then they threw them in and were like, Avengers, that's a movie. And it was great. So that was like, and then they just kept going on, adding more characters, adding more lore, and then boom, another movie where they're all together. And then more characters, more lore. Boom, another movie, and it was Endgame and blah, blah, blah. They all came together, the fight. Now they're getting leftover from the TV shows. They're trying to connect all of that lore. They're getting more characters, connecting even more lore from the comic books and whatever. Stan Lee's not here to lead the scene. So, I mean, it's sad because those first movies, like Iron Man, could hold up alone without an Avengers. Do you know what I mean? But these other ones are not really doing that. Black Widow wasn't great. Eternals wasn't great. Shang-Chi was all right. No Way Home was fine. Doctor Strange, So you had the bangers in the first phase, and now I think this one's called Phase 4, and it's just kind of like,
I can't wait for us to get to Phase 11.
I guess everything's so disconnected at this point. It's like, where does this, like, do I really need to watch She-Hulk in order to get up to date on everything that's happening?
right. And it's almost like they're putting Easter eggs in everything so that you can't miss. You have to watch it.
Yeah. Devious little wieners.
Did you try to make a card game joke by saying Phase 11? Wasn't it Phase 12?
I wasn't trying to make a card game joke.
Why'd you say Phase 11 then?
That was the joke.
It was just a joke, like a big number.
Oh.
Yeah, like we're
And
gonna be like
Phase 10 anyway.
We're gonna be 70s when Phase 11 comes.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
And Bump That will be there.
You guys might.
Did you guys see the new Spider-Man movie?
Who the heck are you?
Starring Tom Holland's grandson,
Grandson.
Pippin Patalopsicopoulos the third.
The fourth.
But yes, more delays.
The one thing that I'm getting ahead of myself. The one thing that the MCU has in its pocket is what they're planning on doing with Daredevil. The character Daredevil. He's gonna get everything pretty soon. His own movie, another TV show, some other spin-off.
Another TV show. They left the last one without an ending.
Yeah, so
it ended like on season 3 and it was just never concluded.
Yeah, and so he's also making other appearances in Marvel movies. So just, keep an eye out for Daredevil. I think they're going to try to do something big with him pretty soon.
And Bump That will be there to watch. Yeah. And you know what Bump That won't be there for? Bayonetta 3, because our girl is not being voiced by the same voice actor because she's being ripped off.
Whoa. Okay, so let me shed some light on this.
Whoa. What's going on here, huh?
Let me shed some light on what's going on. So first, let me explain the controversy. I need to get the names pulled up. Oh my gosh. I wasn't prepared.
Hey, do you want me to take care of this guy?
Oh my gosh.
I want to make sure I get the names right because otherwise
Hey, shoot me in a dream and you better apologize. You son of a gun.
What?
Yeah, I want to make sure I get the names right because I typically switch names and that's not right.
We're not doing it. No one's buying Bayonetta 3. Boycott.
Let me tell you about this Bayonetta. All right.
No, not at all. I still have my my copy that's going to come in day one, and I'm excited for it. Okay, so here we go. The controversy is Helena Taylor, who previously voiced Bayonetta in Bayonetta 1 and 2. She is known for being Bayonetta. She did her role superbly. When you think of Bayonetta, you think of her voice and her sassiness and her wit and all that. It just shines through in the voice acting. But Helena Taylor was offered $4,000 to do the voice of Bayonetta for Bayonetta 3. And she said that was too low. Even though...
Wait, how much?
$4,000.
4,000 buckaroonies to voice a character.
Is that even the minimum?
It is. Actually, it's above the minimum. And here's why.
That's some cheese.
Really?
It's above the minimum, and here's why. She is in a union, and according to how that union operates, which that contract was seen by her union, and they didn't think anything of it. In fact, she was actually being paid more than the normal standard amount by the hour. And so, for her work. And so, it was actually a fair amount. Well, she didn't think so. She thinks that because she's Bayonetta, such an iconic character, and I say that in quotes because iconic for a game that has sold okay.
Yeah, I was about to say it's not like a huge game.
Yes. Okay. So she took to Twitter. Helena Taylor took to Twitter and told everybody they should boycott because of unfair wages. And she was stomping on Jennifer Hale, who is a veteran voice actress. She's known for being in the Mass Effect series. And she's done, you can see her sheet of just everything that she's done throughout the years. And so she took it up. And so for Helena Taylor, she does not have the same amount of clout. Yeah, clout to her name. She does not have that same amount of clout. And she has the gall to say that this game needs to be boycotted despite having a lot of people work on it and work on it for years and people wanting the game for years. And Jennifer Hale doing such, she took the helm, no big deal. It's another job. She's going to do it the way that she needs to. Helena Taylor had the nerve to say, you guys shouldn't buy this because I didn't get my money. And so it was also brought up. I watched a video by RGT85. Go subscribe to him. He's really cool. He was saying, if you guys are even thinking about boycotting this game, then you should also be boycotting Tears of the Kingdom. Because, that got your attention. Because the voice actor there's a voice actor who did 3 main characters in Breath of the Wild and Age of Calamity, who was paid less than $3,000. 2 games, 3 voices, less than $3,000.
That sucks.
Yes, and Helena Taylor is trying to rally the internet saying, you shouldn't buy this because I didn't get $4,000. It sounds like she's alone in this. And it's only done nothing but good things for the game. Nintendo isn't even... I don't know if you guys have noticed this. Oh my god, it is so freezing in my house. I'm shivering.
Wesley, turn on the heat!
He has the freaking back door open to air out the house. It's like 30 degrees. Anyway, Anyway, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but Nintendo has not really been advertising Bayonetta.
No.
When was the last time you saw a Bayonetta 3 ad?
But do they ever advertise heavily those smaller games?
It's not a small game. It's a AAA Nintendo exclusive.
I don't really know too many people that have played it, though.
Well, there you go. And Helena Taylor's demanding that people boycott a game that people have been wanting. And on top of that...
No, but I think she's in the right. They're in the wrong. The person who voiced the 3 characters should have also been making a hoopla. Just because they didn't doesn't mean that they shouldn't.
It's a standard. Now, I will say, should they be paid more? Yes. Yes, absolutely. However, if that is the standard for the industry, then what's your problem? Instead of making enemies, you should be making friends and saying, hey, this isn't right. We should stand up together and, see what we can do.
She should.
Stand up for what you believe in.
I think she's okay to say, hey, I think I'm doing more worth than what I'm being paid.
She has every right to do that. But
I agree. The approach is incorrect, but I think she is fine in saying I deserve higher pay. Same with the person who is not properly compensated. And not properly, I mean, sure, if it's a standard, whatever, but you're doing a whole crap ton of work and not being, I don't know, compensated what you think you should.
Yeah, but that is any job. If you have a problem with it, you don't take to the internet and say, nobody buy this because I'm not getting paid enough. You go and you handle it like a person. But here is how Jennifer Hale took the backlash. This was on Twitter. this is Jennifer Hale, quote, with regard to Bayonetta 3, as a longtime member of the voice acting community, I support every actor's right to be paid well and have advocated consistently for this for years. Anyone who knows me or has followed my career will know that I have great respect for my peers and that I am an advocate for all members of the community. I am under an NDA, non-disclosed agreement, and am not at liberty to speak regarding this situation. My reputation speaks for itself. I sincerely ask that everyone keep in mind that this game has been created by an entire team of hardworking, dedicated people, and I hope everyone will keep an open mind about what they've created. Finally, I hope that everyone involved may resolve their differences in an amicable and respectful way. With love and respect to you all, Jennifer Hale.
That was very
I think that's classy.
Yeah, that was very well spoken. I do think lashing out in anger is the wrong way to go. Just like what's her face Taylor did.
Helena Taylor.
Helena Taylor.
This has only been good for what I was getting at before is this has only been good for the game. Pre-sales for the game since this has occurred a few days ago has spiked 45%.
I'm kind of shocked, also not at the same time, because I get people, if they follow the story closely, then they're like, no, then we should be buying the game, or they've never heard of it before. Oh, I've never heard of Bayonetta, because now it's getting coverage. But then I also see the people being like, who don't read the story like I did, and be like, no, I'm not, boycott, yeah, that sucks, should be compensated properly, boycott. So, I get both sides. I think she is wrong for bringing it on the internet. Should have done it a different way. And also bringing down the voice actor who's taking over the character. That's not great.
Especially when she's a veteran. It's like, it would be like me going up to somebody who's been teaching for 35 years and being like, hey, let me show you how it's done.
That ain't respectful.
No, that's no respect, no. But I will still be there 10 days from now playing this game if I can find the freaking time.
I won't, because I don't play Bayonetta.
Yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. For the record, last thing, I am still skeptical about this game. Helena Taylor or not, I am still skeptical. So I don't want people to think that I'm such a fangirl for Bayonetta and Nintendo and Platinum Games and all that I can't be critical. I'm actually going into this with my expectations set low. So I'll let you know.
Bob, that will be there.
Yeah.
Wow. 1/3 of us.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'll watch the reviews, but I'm not going to be playing
Just
the game.
listen to me. And
Just
I'll
let me
tell
know
you
when
the review.
Bayonetta comes out.
Okay. All right. Moving on from that comment, we had a Back to the Future reunion, and in fact, it was a little bit sad between Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox. But
guys see
heartwarming.
that?
But heartwarming.
Did you guys see that clip?
I saw pictures, but I didn't see the clip.
Yes, same.
Yeah. Man, it was... So one thing, Jay Fox, man, God, your heart just goes out for that guy. Dude's just devastated with the Parkinson's disease. It's just rough, man. To see that the guy who had, I mean, so talented and just can barely control himself. It's just a shame. But Chris Lloyd, man. I mean, we talked about him last week about one of those guys that whenever he goes, we're gonna be very sad. But to see him and MJ Fox together and Chris Lloyd, it's always good, man. I'm just wanted to bring that up, bro.
You said who
I got all
has
feels.
Parkinson's?
That kills me.
Michael J. Fox has Parkinson's disease?
Yeah, he's had
where have you
Parkinson's
been,
for
man?
like
I didn't
20 or 30 years.
Okay,
Dude,
he's
bro.
not an actor that I follow closely. I'm sorry.
Dude, he's Marty McFly. He's the only
I've
actor
seen-
that matters.
I've seen that movie once.
What?
I'm not a product. I'm not a product of the 80s.
Dude.
Both of you are products of the 80s. I am basically the 2000s.
My kids love Back to the Future, and they're children of the 2020s and 12s.
12s.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I liked the movie. And it's
Wait a minute. There's
What?
3 movies.
I have only seen the first one.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, whenever you and this Hunter guy get married...
Hunter guy? Excuse me?
Whenever you take this man's last name, you need to get the Blu-ray of Back to the Future and watch all 3.
Blu-ray? Who's still holding on to discs?
Dude, it's ultraviolet right now, man.
Okay,
Get with
the
it.
4K. I don't know. Come on. You guys gotta watch Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. That's... Katie, back me up here, okay?
I do back him up on this.
I mean,
I bought Kai, my mentor teacher. I bought him a Doc Brown Funko Pop.
Oh, heck yeah. See, Katie's in the right, her heart is in the right place. You're not in the right
what?
place.
Who said I didn't like it? Who's making me out to be like, that movie sucks? I hate those people. Disgusting.
You're like 26 or 27.
I'm 25. Thank you.
And you've never seen Back to the Future 2,
No.
which is arguably the best one of all 3,
Yeah,
and
the
Back to the
second one,
Future
yeah.
3, which is very entertaining. But
It's really,
I mean,
really good.
It's not a perfect movie. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But I mean, you've only seen the first one time, and it's like probably the most pure movie of all time. Probably one of the best scripts ever written. Okay,
It was all right.
Chris Lloyd, Mike J. You know how awesome Mike J. Fox is? They realized they were shooting that film with another actor. And they're like, this guy sucks. Let's get Mike J. Fox.
Oh my gosh.
And, they're literally like a quarter done with the movie. And they're like, you know what? Let's get Mike J. Fox in here. Mike J. Fox comes in, does the whole movie, kills it. And there you go. Okay, you've only seen.
So
the first
here's
one
the other thing. I'm not a huge 80s movie fan. And when I watch them, I'm kind of like, eh.
How are you that of the bump that channel then?
Because I'm the other half. I'm the TVs and video games person. Thank you. Movies are not my forte. I don't know. They're just not. I like movies, obviously, but I've not seen all of them. I'm the Pixar and Disney movie fan, whatever.
Friend.
But I don't know. I watched it when I was older already, like in college. Same with Hocus Pocus 2. I also watched when I was in college, and everybody always has these fond memories of watching them when they were a kid or whatever, seeing them in theater, blah blah blah. I don't have that, so I watched it on cable, back in the day or something when I was in high school or college, and I'm like, yeah, that was a film. That was a film.
Look it. Listen, you're gonna have 2 sons soon, okay? All right, Leo and Ryder, very nice boys, very nice young men.
Oh my
You
God.
need to get together with your man and Leo and Ryder, my soon-to-be nephews, put on the Back to the Future trilogy, and just pop some popcorn, and you're in for a good afternoon on a rainy Georgia afternoon. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. It hasn't rained. We're kind of in a dry spell. Period.
Our lake is ugly.
It's rained once in the past
You can-
3 months.
You can almost see the dead bodies in Lake Lanier.
Okay, all right. Moving on. Oh no! Why did you say?
I told you not to say anything.
Why did you say dead bodies? Because I was gonna say, speaking of dead bodies. We said a good goodbye to our dearly departed.
So funny.
To our dearly departed Robbie Coltrane, our beloved Hagrid.
I love the way she said that.
Hagrid.
Yes, our beloved Harry Potter, Hagrid. We loved him. Our big guy, big beard, big hair, big love. Him and the tall woman from that one school.
Yeah, I was gonna
and the
say
Goblet
that
of
is-
Fire.
That's my favorite part of him. Like that was my favorite moment with him.
He sadly passed away. What was it? Was it this week or last week?
This past week.
This past week. Yeah. So
At the age of 72.
wow. What was the cause? I didn't actually see.
We don't need to know. It's private, man.
The cause of death has not been disclosed.
Okay.
But he had been fighting pain 24 hours a day.
He was in a few of the James Bond movies, the Pierce Brosnan ones, and he was good in that. Okay.
All right, so I already said that my favorite part was when he was with the Bob Boltons, whatever.
The very tall
cookies.
lady.
Yes, that was hilarious, especially when they were dancing and he was trying to woo her.
My favorite scene with him was when he was with the Pegasus bird, the hieroglyphic, whatever.
It's a hippogriff, please.
Yeah,
the
that
Harry
thing.
Potter friends are.
Oh my gosh, Brian!
You know.
Wait! Brian, do you want to see Ileana freak out? By calling it a hieroglyphic or whatever, you were just like, Mom.
That's not gonna make me freak out.
Yeah.
No,
And
that
she
is.
is
That's
literally
such a
like, Mom.
I already know that I'm a product
Mavis.
of my mother. That's no surprise to me.
All daughters turn into their mothers at some point.
Isn't that a John
know
Mayer
about
song?
me. Mamas don't let your babies grow up.
That's not John Mayer.
Anyways, other than that, when in Chamber of Secrets, when Hagrid is brought back to the castle after being falsely accused of being bad,
Oh yeah.
and he gets to Azkaban, and they're like, "It just wouldn't be Hogwarts without you, Hagrid," and they all start applauding and clapping, and it's awesome.
Get teary. I get choked up at that.
McGonagall's like, and everybody's, and then friggin' Hermione's got tears in her eyes, and even Slytherin kids are clapping, but Malfoy's like, "Stop it,"
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's
Potter.
that's so. Yeah, Robbie Coltrane, rest in peace, buddy.
What a good man. Good man. What else do you want me to say? Apparently I've derailed the whole episode. I've ruined everything. What do you want me to do?
Bring in the next segment.
Well, Brian wanted to talk about the Chosen 3 trailer, so take it away, Brian.
No, it's a big show. It's the #1 streaming thing on YouTube right now. #1. So it's a great show. Check it out. Highly recommend it. That's it. That's all I want to say.
Very good. All right, that will conclude the news segment. So on to the chunk zone. I feel like I haven't been saying that enough. Announcing the chunk zone. The chunk zone.
So chunky.
Zone. All right, Brian, you have a get off my lawn game for us. Or not game, but like discussion. So go ahead and describe it for us. What is this?
Yeah, so pretty much this is an opportunity for us to rant about something, anything, in movies, video games, books, TV trends that you don't like and can't stand, and that we can discuss about.
Okay, so who's going to start us off?
Okay, I'll start off with, so people that don't watch Back to the Future...
oh my gosh!
I just don't understand, and I'm very agitated about it, and I want you to know that I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because I thought I raised you better than that. Okay, I thought I raised
Brian, you left
have
me when I was in second grade.
Oh, okay. So now it's my fault. Now you think I abandoned you? Okay.
I mean, kinda.
And now it's
Look,
her fault that she hasn't seen Back to the Future at all.
I took you to see Bridge of Terabithia, okay? All right, and that
You
was
sure
a great
did.
film, and I was sobbing, you were sobbing, it was great. So, I mean, that should have set you off on the path to watch good movies.
With good old Josh Hutcherson watching Bridge to Terabithia. Yes, definitely.
Man, he was the future at one point. He was going to be the next big.
Yeah,
he was
what happened to him?
He was going to be the next Ryan Gosling. He stopped growing. That's what happened.
Now I'm looking him up because I'm like, what happened? He was going to be like, he was the Tom Holland, and now he's not.
So what
he stopped growing tall.
What is your rant?
He ranted about it.
That? I didn't know that was your legit rant.
You guys go ahead. You guys go first, and then I'll.
Okay, well then, Katie, you share your rant then.
Okay, let me rant about something, you people. Okay. It's not really so much of a rant as it is this is a first world problem. I will say it. It is a first world problem. I get really I don't even know how to describe what I'm trying to say. When oversaturation, we're going to talk about oversaturation of anything. And I think that sort of applies to what we were talking about with the MCU, where there's just this oversaturation of superhero things, media. You've got movies, television, comic books, podcasts, everything under the sun. But mostly the saturation that I want to talk about is video games. I know it's a competition. It is such a competitive field to bring out video games one after the other and after the other. But when you release a game that people make a conscious decision to spend their hard-earned money on, $60, sometimes $70, sometimes $80, sometimes $90, and then you have other loot boxes or things that you're purchasing into, and you're just spending your hard-earned money on it, and the game is not finished or polished. And I mean, the industry just keeps pumping out these pieces of garbage. And it's like, you can't really rent a game anymore. Or if you're like me, and you like to collect hard copy games because they are yours and you can come back to them, but you still have to buy them at their full price. What the heck? Like, why are you buying something that is not completed? It's like you're buying, I don't know, I'm looking at a box of cereal. You're buying a box of cereal with half the box of cereal in it.
So they can sell you extras later.
Yes, but that is such a dirty, wrong, immoral.
A business is a business at the end of the day. They want to make money, and they're going to make it.
I've said that from the beginning, but a good business knows how to treat its customers.
These are $1 million companies.
Then they should put together better games.
But they won't.
But they should, and here's why. I read earlier this week that the Nintendo membership online service alone made nearly $1 billion last year.
And that's just the first one, or
just the I don't know.
Or is it all of them combined?
Well, just for the Switch.
Meaning all of the different pack you can choose. There are different tiers.
I think there are only 2 tiers.
No, there's like 3, I thought.
No, there's only 2 tiers.
Okay, well, either one. Is it both or just the one?
I guess all of it combined.
Okay, that's my question.
Nonetheless, $1 billion off of one thing that's not even game related. It is your membership.
Yeah.
And then you talk about the accessories that comes with games. Controllers, in which you guys know that Switch controllers, Joy-Cons, are awful. So you pay to have more Joy-Cons, and then you want different colors, so you get more Joy-Cons. And Amiibo. You buy amiibo because you like to collect them. They're cool. And then you buy the games. And then you buy the DLC. And it's like money, 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 money. So if these industries are getting their money with the oversaturation of games in the market, meaning that there are so many games, the money is just flooding in, and consumers can't even play all the games that they are buying, myself included. What the heck are they doing? Pokemon is the number one selling market in the world, like entertainment, surpassing Disney by a lot. That's a true story. And they can't even come up
Really? No, for real. Is that true?
That is true. You can look it
Wow.
up.
No, if you say it, okay.
It's true. And it's because they've got things everywhere. They have Pokemon movies, they've got video games, they've got cartoons, they've got plushies, they've got lots of things going in their favor. But the thing that makes them popular, they can't make it awesome? Come on. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Very nice. And yeah, no, I agree. I wish they would just release games that are finished, because when you get to a game that's maybe like 10 hours long, you're like, that was it. I spent $60 on a 10-hour game. Kind of sucks. And then they're like, here's DLC, but you gotta pay for it too. It's only $20 though. It's like, why wasn't that in the base game?
Or when you download a game, say you're downloading a game day one, and then that day one purchase, you have to wait 5 hours for a 50 gigabyte patch. Day one. Yeah. It's like, what the heck, man? That was like when I was trying to play Horizon Forbidden West. I was so ready, and then it was just like downloading. 2 hours later.
Well, those are huge games.
I want to play the game. Yeah,
they're huge.
I had the disc. That was crazy. But anyway, yeah.
All right, Brian. What is your rant? What is something that you just gotta go? You just gotta go on.
I'm closing it out. It's all you now.
Oh, it's me? Okay.
Yes.
So mine has also to do with games, and it would be the fact that there are so many indie games that are marketed with fun characters that are not... hang on. I'm getting ahead of myself. These characters are not... hang on. The games are not for kids, okay? The games are scary horror games, but they feature childlike things. So mainly what I'm thinking is like Bendy and the Ink Machine, Five Nights at Freddy's, Poppy's Playtime, stuff like that. They are not kids games at all. What is it? Baldi's Basics. Those types of indie games that are super fun for adults to play. It's like, ooh, that's crazy. That's fun. It's got a weird twist to it of like, it's cute, but then it's creepy and eerie and whatever. However, it is still cute, so these kids know what it is. And sites like some sites that, are child friendly will advertise these games to these kids. And maybe the kids aren't playing the games, but they know what it is. They see the characters, they know the names because they're on Roblox. This is the one I really can't stand. Roblox. I despise it. There are adults on there and children at the same time communicating with each other, and it's not safe. If you do not have parental controls on Roblox, shame on you. You're letting your children see inappropriate stuff, hearing inappropriate things, and that's just, I'm just touching the baseline with like the inappropriate games, the horror games or whatever. All these kids know what these characters are, and I hear it from Ryder and Leo because they see it at school. Their friends know what it is, and so it just circles and circulates or whatever. I'm like, how do you guys know what that is? Like Siren Head, Slender Man or something. I didn't know what that stuff was until I was in middle school and high school. Granted, that's when it was coming out, but I wouldn't have had access to that type of stuff growing up. I was playing the Polly Pockets game on PollyPocketWorld.com. And
And still got nightmares.
and Club Penguin. And you know sure as heck that if you said a curse word, you were banned off of Club Penguin. Neopets, those other games, whatever. Nickelodeon had awesome games at that time too. My point is that there's so much more internet access now, and these kids are being targeted. And, you know, I work in an elementary school, so it hits me even more in the fact that I'll soon have elementary school children, that they know what these harmful things are. These are scary games. They're not horrifying, but to a child, yes, especially Five Nights at Freddy's, and they know what it is. And I wish game companies would have more restrictions, especially Roblox. Roblox, you're a piece of trash. Just saying. But I also wish that parents were more aware that their children are being targeted from these games. So that's all I've got to say on that one. Brian. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say really quick, even games like Doki Doki Literature Club, a game like that, there are warnings everywhere. I've played Doki Doki. I've played the entire game.
I've watched several gameplays of it as well.
And that's my other point, but I'll get there. There are several warnings from beginning when you look to buy the game, which it was actually free when I got it. When you look to download it, there are warnings all over the place that this is not suitable for children. Here's why. It's a psychological horror game.
Yeah.
Despite what it looks like, despite it looking really friendly with anime chickies on it, very pink and bubbly and all that. That's not what the game is. And when you download the game, the very first thing you see is a warning. When it comes to the title screen, after you click the title screen, there's a warning there too.
Good. I love that.
Yeah, because it is really horrific.
I wish there were more like that, because I applaud them for being so hands-on.
Conscientious.
Yes.
Because they knew exactly what they were
parents,
doing.
this is not for your kids, despite what it looks like, happy, cute girls. It's not. There is death and suicide and murder, and it's not good.
And yeah, just lots of other things.
For adults, it's fine, because we understand. We read the label. We know what we're getting into. But for the kids, no.
Yeah. But I think also it's a thing about popular YouTubers. They're going to play them. And so because they're popular, obviously the kids are going to watch it. And
that's another one, though.
Yeah.
Why are kids should not be on YouTube? If you're under 13, you're not supposed to be on YouTube. And parents should have more responsibility in that.
Well, go to YouTube Kids.
Exactly. There you go. Go to YouTube Kids. But if you're letting your kid be on regular YouTube, it's not safe.
Shame. But also, you know how kids are. They'll find a way.
I know. And you just gotta kind of police it, unfortunately. Just keep them safe. You police them to keep them safe.
You know what we need more of? And this probably should have been my rant, and then I'll turn it over to Brian. I'm not even going to elaborate. We need more quality, entertaining Christian programming. Quality and entertaining. That's what I'm just gonna leave it at that.
The Chosen.
Zero. Well, there's that, but you know what? I'm not gonna rant.
All right, Brian.
I already did my rant.
You're closing us out.
I'm gonna close this out. There was a lot of things I could have ranted about, and listening to you guys talk about it, I was like, well, I could rant about movies and why there's no good movies out lately. You know, otherwise they're just small independent films. You know, pretty much the only thing that gets made now are superhero films. And when's the last time you saw a good romantic comedy? Never. They don't make them anymore. Or comedies, you know, for example, they don't make them anymore. It's just the way it is. Video games, they're just, you know, Katie's been wanting Donkey Kong forever. She's never going to get it. That Zelda game, you guys been wanting, you know, Nintendo HD. I mean, it's not happening, or they haven't said anything. I could talk about that. TV, you know, network TV is dead. It's all streaming, and there's too many shows to watch. I've never, ever in my life, there's ever been a time where there's so much television, streaming shows, and YouTube. Just so many things to watch. Not enough time to talk about that. But the one thing we never talk about on this show that I think is important are books. We never ever talk about books.
I've talked about books, and you guys are like, I don't read.
And you know what? I would love to read. I remember growing up, I was a heavy reader. Everybody in this knows this. But
It's hard to slow down these days.
I haven't read a book in at least 5-6 years. And it's a shame because, I mean, I really do love reading. But books aren't marketed to the public anymore. They really aren't, you know. It's a shame that there's not like you know, I know there's the New York Times best-selling authors list and all that kind of stuff, but nobody cares about that. Nobody even pays attention to what books are popular. It would just be good. I wish that, you know, Stephen King's out there and still cranking out books, John Grisham's, all those guys, Anne Rice is passed, but you know, it's just, you know, there's not a book like I need to read this book. I need to get my hands on it. And like the girls were talking about today, like Harry Potter, and we were talking about it earlier today. I remember when like those final Harry Potter books came out. Harry Potter. And how I got those books like the day they came out. I didn't wait in line or anything like that. I didn't dress up at Barnes & Noble waiting till midnight for them to get released. I'm not that lame. But I remember getting the books and just cranking them in a weekend, you know, and they were an amazing read. And that was an amazing time to read books when you can just really, you know, immerse yourself in those fantasy fiction worlds. And there's just nothing like that. I know there's all these young adult novel books, you know, the Twilights and the one where you got to fight the power. There's like a bunch of those, you know, but, you know, the Hunger Games and the one where it's like deception and, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Inflation or what, you know.
Oh my gosh. You're thinking of, oh my gosh, the one where it was movies and then the last one turned into a television episode.
Yeah, exactly, because it was garbage. Yeah. Because they couldn't get Kate Winslet for that one.
Oh my gosh. No, I would say when it comes, I've never liked adult novels, like I guess where quote unquote adults would read. I've always liked children/young adult books, and I would say the market is still good for that.
Yeah. Colleen, what's her face? Colleen, gosh, I can't remember what her last name is, but she is everywhere with like women in their 20s and 30s. Everywhere. They're picking up book after book of hers, and I see them all. Yeah, Colleen Hoover. Yes. They are.
Is that an author?
Yes, they are all over that woman. They love her novels.
What kind of books does she write? What kind of?
I think they're romance novels.
Oh,
either romance or mystery novels, something like that. I don't know.
Or you know what's really popular? Kids like reading. It's a history series. It's like
Carmen Sandiego.
No, it's where they go and oh my gosh, there's so many of them. I can't think of the name right now. It recounts. It's like they are there in that moment of an important time of history.
I don't know kids books these days.
Oh my gosh, but yeah, and
well, I mean that's a kids book. Kids books are
so here.
You know,
well, when I say kids books, they are still chapter books.
Right, but they're towards children.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I don't want it to have a negative context or a negative connotation.
I mean, I like Charlotte's Web as much as the next guy. But,
right.
I mean, I don't know.
No, what Brian's talking about is like a good novel, like a adult novel, like long, thick book, like Game of Thrones or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like, those are not the books that people are picking up nowadays.
I mean, and the guy, what's his name? He hasn't finished his book. He's been writing it for like 10 years. We all been waiting for that.
I guess the
next
one
Game of Thrones book. And
one famous author comes to mind is like James Patterson. He's the one who keeps cranking out a bunch of books. People buy them. I don't know.
I know, but those are like a dime a dozen.
Right.
You know, he's got like 50 books and they're all mysteries, and it's
so
kind
here's actually
too much.
Hunter and I have really gotten into books like recently. He's always loved to read. He has a knack for reading. Me, not so much. However, now building up our home together, and we have a bookshelf.
Ew.
Stop. We have a bookshelf that we're trying to fill with our books, and we're like, man, we need more books. It actually got me reading again some of the books that I do have, and I was gifted by a friend for a birthday or Christmas or whatever, a Japanese horror manga called Uzumaki. Oh my
I've heard of that.
gosh, getting back into that book is like, I don't want to put it down. It's a comic book, but it's hardcover and it's several
Like
chapters. Graphic novel, whatever, sure. And oh my gosh, it's a horror novel, and there are illustrations with each panel, just like a comic book, and they are horrifying. They're scary. The story is gripping. Uzumaki literally means swirl, and it's the swirl that's consuming this town, and it's causing like
ice cream,
like bodies to turn into swirls, hair to turn into swirls, and to like murder these people, to drive them to insanity. And it's so good. I didn't want to put it down. I got through like 5 chapters just the other day. So stuff like that is getting me excited again. So I want books that make me feel excited.
You know, it's one that I've been wanting to read, actually. It's the Jeanette McCurdy book.
Right.
I'm glad my mom died.
Yeah, I heard that was a really, really good book.
Yeah. Knowing about her and her situation and Nickelodeon and He Who Shall Not Be Named, because he's a disgusting pig, I think that would be a fascinating read.
Yeah, no. So I agree, Brian. It is hard to pick up a book these days, but the want is still there for for a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to talk about books, we can talk about books.
I just remember, I'm thinking like
music.
The last book I ever read was Gone Girl, which I really, really enjoyed. Mm-hmm. Then the movie was really good too. But yeah, I'm looking for that book, that elusive Can't Put Me Down novel.
Yeah, no, I agree. I also want it. Right now, it's Uzumaki for me. Ooh, it's good. So check it out.
I'm reading school books. Oh.
So do we all feel better now releasing our rants into the universe? Don't you just feel all smooth inside?
No!
I just want ice cream now. Some chocolate vanilla swirl.
I went to Brewster's today and I got me some pumpkin cheesecake ice cream. It was awesome.
Oh, have mercy. Oh.
But yeah. Anyways, that will conclude this week's episode of Bump That episode 86. If you guys liked this episode, be sure to give it a like. Also, if you're not a sibling, if you're not subscribed, that means you're not a sibling. So please hit that subscribe button and become a sibling today. Brian, thank you for letting us get those rants off of our chest. It was much needed.
Oh, have mercy.
All right. We've got Brian in this corner.
Oh, have mercy.
We've got Katie in this corner. Katie in this corner.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I had a whole quote and everything lined up, but I don't know if it's ruined now.
I'm sorry, I was choking. I've still got this cough. And I'm Ileana, your host, signing off on yet another episode of Bump That 86. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you in next week's episode. Bye-bye!